People in here already? What up? Did they notify? Hey, y'all, YouTube be tripping, so, hey. I don't know what the notifications be doing these days. And people say they have the notification bell on. I don't know. What up, Nelly Shaw? Yo. What up? Ted B. Shane Chan, D Nice, Solomon King, Jonathan Hayes. What up, Lisa Jenkins Bay, excuse me. Who was that? Rahman Israel, King J, Dee, Sam Stone, Trayvon. Was it Trayvon? Man, let me go back. Who was that? Trayvon McClinton, Ray Brown, Triadic Bus, Shark Dog, Hotep Shalom, Goddess Energy, Canadian Kush, Devin Coleman, Natural Anu Queen, David Jones, Garrett W. What up, boy? What's up, Mr. Upstate, Brian Bennett, Noble Yosef L, Roderick Roche. What up, baby? Said Dom Newsome. What's poppin'? Yeah, why y'all got these crazy ass names? Yeah, Daninko Bantu. What the? Come on now. What's poppin'? I didn't mean to mess up your name. I'm just playing. What is that? Fulutilo. What's up, Bass Power Media? What up, Brother Mel? What's poppin'? Zyla Fifth? There you go. I think that's what it is. The Kendra, Theo Washington, DJ Sherm. What up? What's that? Melon? Was that Melon Bad? Melon Bad Brown? Is that? Did I get it? Is that Mize Mix? That Mize Mix, Jody B. What up, y'all? Man, y'all coming in here. Gwendolyn Bronner, what up, girl? Shout out to all my mods. Terrence Monger, what up? The Kendra. What's happening, y'all? Are we getting back to the Saturn's Day schedule? Happy Saturn's Day to all the peoples. Are we getting back on the Saturn Day schedule? Man, what is up? So, we got a lot to talk about, y'all. And I didn't want to talk about it again. But they keep tripping. They keep tripping on the boy, man. They keep tripping. So we gotta see what the real deal is. No, other than the fact that it's distraction. We already know what distraction is, but we're gonna dive in to see what the hell is going on with the canceling of Kanye. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? What was that? Leah P, thank you. The canceling of Kanye. We need to see what is up with the canceling of Kanye. Before we do, everybody who ordered the police stop law package, a lot of you guys, y'all jumped on that deal. It's out. I sent out everybody's stuff. So if you're waiting on your stuff, it's coming. It'll be there in a few days, depending on how fast the mail deliver it. But you got your stuff coming. Everybody else, make sure if you only got a couple of days left to the end of October, which is what, tomorrow, by Monday. Monday's the last day. So if you get the Great Book of Melanin Research, this right here, the hard copy, not the digital copy. If you get this one, you get the whole police stop law package, and I'm throwing in both exemption cards. Everybody, you guys been jumping on it. There's only a few left, actually. Excuse me, when I did that deal, everybody jumped on it, so which is cool, but so there's only a few left, so you get both cards. This is the religious exemption, and this is the liability that says they have to pay you if they force you to get that, force you under duress or coerce you by holding your wages hostage and force you to get that. Then they're liable for all the time that the cupcake is in your system. All right, so that's a real thing, especially now that it comes out that they didn't even know, they didn't even test. Was that Garrett W? Thank you. What up, Letitia? Shout out to all my mods. But now that they found out that not even found out, but they've admitted that they didn't even test if it stopped, the transmission. But they came out and said it's 95% effective. What? Wait a minute. Where you get that from when you didn't even test? That means you literally lied. Remember how they came out and said it was 95% effective against trans? Do y'all remember that shit? I remember it. It was all over the place. It's 95% effective. 95? Whoa, 95% effective? Holy shit. Even though that's still lower than the 99% survival rate that the Boogie V had. But they still came up, well, our shit is 95%. So, shit, you fucked the 99%. Our shit is 95%. You need to jump on that. And they lied because they didn't even test. So, right here, you can get both of these. And give if your jobs are trying to mandate you to get that right here, it is absolutely unlawful for them to do that, especially at this point now that they've admitted that it doesn't stop. First of all, that we know that it doesn't stop it, and then the fact that they didn't even test to see if it did. And so remember that it comes with the notices. Comes with the notices. This is the religious exemption notice, and this is the liability notice, and the KHAZARS bakery report. So. You only got 3 days left because after Monday, which is Halloween, I'm not putting you don't get the notices. You'll still get the police stop law package for free if you order the Great Book of Melon and Research, but you won't get the notices in there. And if you want it by itself, just go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org and pick that up. If you want the package with the notices in there, realnoggers.com. All right, y'all. Oh yeah, shout out to my boy Timmy Tight Top. Hey. This is a nice freshman. Hey, I had to save this. I had to freeze this and save it. But he's going to start giving me 2 so I can actually drink one during the week and then have one to show y'all. But I had to put this in the freezer and save it. That's why it looks so delicious right now. But go shout out to Timmy Tight Top and We Juice. That's OUIjuice.com. Hook up your juices. Get your weight loss program in there. Just if you want to just get healthy and change the way you eat. Man, start juicing, getting the healthy juices in your system. We need to do that. Get these healthy juices in your system. They trying to release stuff that take out 80% of niggas now. Boy, this is the most important time for you to be healthy if it was ever one in history. So shout out to Timmy Tight and We Juice. All right, y'all. We got a lot to get into, so let's jump. Let's jump into the canceling of Kanye. So, as we talked about what happened last time about what it kind of went down. He had an emotional outburst. He kind of, so basically when they canceled 4 of his shows, he got pissed, right? Because that's a lot of money. So they canceled 4 of his shows. And he comes out and says, I'm going DEFCON on the KHAZARS, right? Basically, it was an emotional response because he didn't really think about how linked in he was to that infrastructure, right? Well, if he did, he just didn't understand how far off the deep end he was gonna go, right? So when he did that, man, they went all gangbusters on him. They went loony because then he went on some other TV show and doubled down on it. So basically, he went on 3 shows. He went on the Drink Champs, dropped all the knowledge. He didn't say one thing wrong for that first 8 minutes, maybe. He was dropping bombs. He was dropping them. Boom, 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 boom. He wasn't anything racial or anti anything. He was just saying what the actual real deal was about how things are run, right? But you're not supposed to do. You can't call the boogeyman out. Nigga, boogeyman over there. You can't look at the boogeyman. You gotta the boogeyman right over there. You can't look at the boogeyman. You that nigga right there. Huh? Nothing. You gotta do that when the boogeyman is in the room with you. You can't say what the boogeyman does, right? Or who he is. You can't put a face on him. Because then that demystifies the boogeyman. Right, so they let Yeezy into the circles. They told him everything, just like they did with Michael Jackson. And we say Yeezy is programming gone wrong. He didn't take to it. They thought, oh, he's this narcissist. He's full of greed. We can get him. He's corruptible. Which on some level he was that for sure, because he is a narcissist. He think he's the greatest motherfucking thing of all time and all this and that. So when you have that level of ego, that you can be corrupted by feeding it, right? So that's what they did with that nigga. Brought him in, showed him everything. But that nigga's from his mom's connection. He on some Christian, some spiritual shit, even though it's super Christian-y. It's some spiritual shit. And, you know, he had that connection. So, like, you know, shout out to his mom for giving him a spiritual foundation that says, you know, at the end of everything, spirit is what's the most valuable thing, not things, not material things, right? So at the end of the day, when he fell into it for a minute, especially after his mom died, but then he started, you know, he started to, the haze started, he started to clear the sleet out of his eye. Oh shit, where the fuck am I at right now? He woke up, he was like, damn, I'm in the den of Satan. Who the fuck is that big booty bitch in my bed? What the fuck? Oh shit, I got 2 kids by that big booty chick? Oh shit. He just looked, he woke up and was like, oh shit, nigga, where the fuck am I? So he wasn't down with that whole situation, right? So the programming went wrong. Just like Michael Jackson at the end, at the end of his life, the programming didn't stick. Mike was he's all spiritual pretty much. And you know, that's where all that music came from. And you can't corrupt that type of energy at its essence, right? So that musical genius has to come from something pure. And Kanye, whether you love the nigga or hate the nigga, his music is from a pure spiritual source, right? So, you know, he has that connection, and it was uncorruptible, and they tried to trip on him. Now, he wanted to let loose all the information that he had been exposed to when they were taking him behind the scenes and bringing him to the parties and doing the, you know, the sacrifices. They was doing all of that, and they brought him in. They were like, Kanye, you want to get in on this, my nigga? He was like, come on, man, get some of this Moloch. He was like, nah, I ain't with the Moloch shit, my nigga. But he wasn't supposed to say how the shit is run. You can, if he expose you to all of this, if you ain't down with it, cool, shut the fuck up. You don't say nothing, right? So but they pissed him off. He got emotional. And he started to go let loose, right? All right, fuck all of this shit. Nigga, I don't care no more. Now, it could have been his daddy, too, because he rekindled his relationship with his father. And, you know, maybe his father was like, told him, yo, man, you got to be willing to let all this stuff go if you're going to embrace God. God don't care about none of this shit. Because he just flipped out and just gave up his whole world. So it had to be some type of influence from somewhere. I think it may have been his pop. But he let loose, right? And so we talked about him and the KHAZARS, him breaking down, him letting loose about what the KHAZARS, how the system is really run, how the KHAZARS control pretty much everything. They're at the top of all industries. You know, they control the strings of who becomes great and who, you know, who rises and who falls within the system. Business, entertainment, whatever the fuck you want it, whatever it is. The KHAZARS got a deep hand in that shit, right? Pretty much they created it. And so they're involved in it. Steven, appreciate you, brother. So you're not supposed to show the boogeyman's face. So where does this go back to, though? We're going to talk about where does this all go back to. I want y'all to understand, because I showed in the thumbnail, you've seen this book right here, right? I don't know if a lot of you got that. Go check this book out. This is from J.F. Moses. Go pick this book up right here. Y'all see what it is. I ain't gonna say what it is, but you see what it is. Go ahead. The secret relationship between the blacks and the KHAZARS, but not the KHAZARS, not the word the KHAZARS. So pick this up. Let's talk about how they was behind the whole slave trade. Well, they picked it up. They weren't behind it. They just kind of took it over. And the Moors really started that shit. They was running that shit for 1,400 years, and then they kind of came in and just took it over. Like, I got that, my nigga. Thank you. Don't worry about it. I take it over. So they kind of took it over, and they was running it. So around, you know, what you know as the Atlantic, the transatlantic That's what they were. That book talks about how they were in full control of that, right? So, but again, so how far does that history go back, though? How far does your history go back with the KHAZARS? How far does it go back? Go back a long way, because it's a relationship of admiration. This is really because admiration, jealousy, jealousy, and revenge, or some sort of animosity that's been held. Why? Because again, back in Kemet, who was the slaves back in Kemet? When you was now again, if you don't know about how we built the pyramids, that was on some spiritual science, levitation, and magnetic grids and all the rest of that stuff. That also had to do with your melanin being able to link with the Earth's magnetic field, and you being able to create sound vibrations and levitate the rocks and all that. So that's the history of that, right? But where'd they get the rocks from? Who bought the rocks to the goddamn place? Who did all the... It's a lot of slaves around there. A lot of niggas who wasn't a part of the nobility, the ruling class, who had to work. That was them KHAZAR niggas. That was them. You know how I know? Because my ex-girlfriend was she was part KHAZAR. Right? She was a whole lot of other stuff. She was Native American and some other shit. But the mom side, KHAZAR, right? All that other stuff was her dad. But on her mom's side, she was KHAZAR, which is really where the lineage comes from. If you know about that, you're not KHAZAR, and fill in the word. You're not that unless your mother is that, right? So we were together for 8 years. So that means I went to about 6 Passovers. 6 Passovers. They were inviting me the first couple years. I kept saying no until her aunt said, "Come on, you need to come to Passover. You know, so there'll be black people there just like it was at the real one." And I was like, "What? I'm fucking with you." I'll be there. So I was like, okay, you know the real deal. So you know niggas was the first ones, right? So all right, she let me know that. And she was a UCLA professor too, just so y'all know. So this was a professor, UCLA professor, telling me this. So she was like, yo. So I was like, all right. So now I go to the Passovers, and when they come around, you got to do the ritual around the table, right? They got their whole thing. So they break out the little boogie book, and the book is about when their freedom from slavery in Kemet. They talk about their emancipation. That's what the word I was looking for. It's about their emancipation from slavery in Kemet, right? So they go around. You got to take the Manischewitz. you got to take the shit. You take the little wine, which represents the blood. And you take a little sippy sip, and then you dip your finger in it, and you put a dot on around the table, and you say, boom, that's for when we left this part of Egypt. And you, boop, you dip your finger in there, a little sippy sip first. Then you dip your finger in there, you boop, you put another dot around the plate. And you say, that's for when we were in bondage here. And you take another little sippy sip. And then you put your finger in. So you do that all the way around the plate, right? And you do that, and you read out the book about how the Egyptians, that's what it's in the book, held them in bondage and how fucked up it was and how they had to get free. And now imagine being the only nigga in the whole room reading how your ancestors used to smack the shit out of them niggas. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. I'm like, holy shit, nigga. Y'all read about my people smacking the shit out of your niggas? Oh, this is great. Okay, go up. Proceed. I was like, this shit is great. So that's how I know. So goes back, long way back to there. They are harboring some shit, because every Passover is about how they freed themselves from your ass, from your ancestors. Now, I'll just say this. Not all your ancestors was kings and queens, goddammit. A lot of you niggas is descended from slaves, for sure. So let's be clear. So, but some of you niggas, you did have the kings and queens in you. But that's what happened. So that's the animosity, or the Yeah, the animosity that's held because of that, right? They show it every Passover. So, but then bring that into a more recent future, or you travel into the future, and then you get what they call the Arab-Kazar wars, right? So there were like 3 wars, I think, between the Arabs and the Khazars. They were fighting. They lasted like 100 years. If y'all, just so y'all know. So the Moors, so they would say Arabs, but we know Arab is not a real thing. Arab is not a race. Arab means desert nomad. They were Moors, right? So the Moors so they fought under the 3 caliphates, which is the Rashid, I think, caliphate, the what is it? The Abbasid was the last one, in the Umayyad Caliphate. So it was those 3 that they fought under. Now the funny thing is, the Moors, they went and invaded Khazar. So just so y'all know, Khazaria is modern day Ukraine. Back in the day, it was called Khazaria. It was a major trade hub, right? So it had trade routes that used to roll through there. When you roll through the trade route, if whatever you had in goods, they would tax you. The Khazar. So they were major people of trade and merchants. They were super merchants. They were probably the best merchants in the land back then, because they had picked a lot of that stuff up from the Moors, but they had those trade routes that went all the way in from 4 different ports. So they could charge people so much different money. So when you roll through there with goods, the Khazars would tax whatever you had if you wanted to sell it in their land. Basically, it was basically saying, I get a piece of whatever you own or whatever you do. Does that sound familiar? You want to come through here? You got some property? Huh? You got a song, my nigga? Well, let's tell you, you want to sign right here on the dotted line. I'm going to give you a deal. You get the deal, which is basically you get to pass through Khazaria. However, I get a piece of your shit. Whatever you sell in here, my nigga, I get a piece of your shit. Just like the record company, nigga. Whatever your records you sell, nigga, I'll get a piece of that. Until I decide to end this contract. A la MC Search owning Nas for 27 years. And Leor Cohen owning damn near everybody off of Def Jam. Getting a piece of everybody off of Def Jam for the rest of their life. So that's how that used to go in Khazaria. You roll through Khazaria, they would tax your ass through all the goods. You had to pay them whatever you got. You had to give them a piece of every piece of goods you got. Now, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? With a certain type of people. We ain't gonna talk about who. Certain people, I don't know who it is. It may be some aliens, I don't know. But a certain type of people that is very consistent with how they do business today. Them aliens is crazy. So that was Khazaria, right? So major trade hub. The Moors decided to invade. They didn't understand the mountains and the cold and all of this and that shit. So they lost. The Moors lost the first time. They tried to invade Khazaria, because the Khazars were good warriors too. They were horse warriors and all this and that. So which they were descended from the Scythians. We're gonna get into that in a minute. But so when the Moors tried to fight them the first time, they lost. Then they came back again. And they stayed for a long time. They fought for a long time, even though the Moors didn't have a lot of people. They had technology. The Moors' technology was better, and they had better strategy, so better war tactics. But the Khazarians had more people, so they were able to fight for a much longer time, and they were much more in unity at that time. So this is how the Moors lost eventually over time, was that the Caliphate started fighting. Back in the Moor and back in the Islamic Empire, the Caliphate start fighting. They start fighting over power. You niggas always fighting over each other, not able to come together. And then that weakened the forces out there trying to take over Khazaria. And so the Khazars were able to reinstate their caliphate after a certain amount of time. They're cognate, excuse me, not caliphate, but they're cognate. That's what they're called. the top part of the Khazar, he was called the Khagan. So that's called the king. That's the king or the ruler. He was the Khagan. So they were able to instate their cognate when the Moors started scrapping between each other. Nigga, fuck you, nigga, fuck you, nigga. This is when the Sunnis and the Shiite shit began. Well, fuck you, nigga, Sunni, nigga, Shiite, bitch. What's up, nigga? Blood, crap, cuz. That's what nigga, y'all been doing that for the longest time. Nigga, what up, blood? What up, cuz? And y'all been scrapping. Allow, again, you know, disharmony within the unity of the Moors allowed other people to flourish who have that unity and harmony within themselves, right? So that's kind of what happened with that. But then, so what happens is you'll start. So those are the Ashkenazis, right? So you got two types of KHAZARS. You call Ashkenazis and Sephardic, right? What are the difference, right? Ashkenazis are really the KHAZAR, but we'll tell Ashkenazis supposed to come from. So just do the real quick breakdown of how this whole shit goes, right? Sons of Noah, Ham, Japheth, and Shem, right? So when they say you're an anti-Semite, they say you're really, it comes because the Semite is from Shem, one of the sons of Noah, right? However, so Shem, you know, through his lineage, you get Judah, right? You get the 12 tribes of Judah, right? That's through his lineage, through Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, all right. That comes from Shem, right? So then Japheth, his sons was like Gomer and Magog and all this, but Gomer's sons was Ashkenazi, right? So the people who are supposed to be Ashkenazi, the people are supposed to come from Japheth's line, right? So, and then he had another, and one of his other brothers was Togarmah, which is where the Turks come from, right? So the Ashkenazi, you got the Turks, they come from Japheth's line. And then you got the 12 tribes of Judah, which come from Shem's line. So when they say you're an anti-Semite, they're saying because you're against the 12 tribes of Judah, which came from Shem, right? However, they're supposed to be Ashkenazis, which are not Shem, in the line of Shem. So which is it? Are you Ashkenazis or are you the Shem? Are you these people? So this is the they just juggling shit, nigga. They don't expect you to be going in and fucking with and dealing with this. So wait a minute, you supposed to be in the line of this nigga over here, but you call yourself Ashkenazis, which is from the other brother. So which one is it? Y'all niggas just grouping yourself together. And the Sephardic niggas are motherfuckers. Sephardic just means Spanish. That's the niggas from Spain. Those are the people who are really the lineage of you, the Moors. See, that was Spain. That's the niggas who was in Spain and Portugal. When they got kicked out, they went over there and they were merging. They were merging in with the Moors in those lands. So that's where you get these two people from, right? So, but the Ashkenazi niggas and really this and the Sephardic niggas are really they the KHAZARS through the history. So you do, you know, you got again, goddamn, go get both of these right here. It'll give you the breakdown right here, right? So now they say that there's a scholar out there named Henry Abramson, right? And they put him out as the scholar to debunk them being from the KHAZARS when they don't have any history. They can't possibly debunk that because they don't have any genetic code or anything from the KHAZARS from back in those times. That was around the 600s. Right around Muhammad, when Muhammad's conquest was starting, right? That started in 632. The first war between the KHAZARS and the Moors started in 642, which is only 10 years later. So last from like 642 to like 650, with 750, which is a long ass time, right? So they'll try to say that, oh, we not really from that's not us. You know, some people may be, you know, from there, but that's not who we truly are. Now, why do they say that they're that? Because around 713, their king Bulan Khagan, he basically converted the whole people. They'll say he only converted the nobility, but he converted the people from their pagan religion, what that was, to Judaism. He said, all right, nigga, the Christians fighting, the Muslims fighting. I don't want to be with these niggas. I don't want to be with these niggas. We gonna fuck with these niggas. We gonna fuck with these niggas back here. You got a problem with you? No. Judaism? You got a problem with Judaism? No. All right, well, that's who we is. So that's why he chose that. So he didn't get smashed on by both the religions, right? So this is all in history. You can go look all this stuff up now, right? So, but they'll try to say that that's not who their lineage is, right? We're not truly that in the lineage. But you can see this is their secret that plays out in their, in the products and the information they put out. Like, I'll give you one. So I'll give you an example. And you can see it also playing out in the last names of these people. So I'll give you an example. Like, so the king was called he was called the Kagan, right? The second in command was called the Kagan Beck, right? So what's a famous Caucasian person you know right now with the last name Beck? Glenn Beck. Boom, right? So you can see how these names, they pass on throughout history. The third in command, his name was the Tarkin, right? Does anybody watch Star Wars? In Rogue One. Go watch Rogue One. The main dude, his name was what? General Tarkin. Or go watch Star Wars. General Tarkin is the main dude in Star Wars, right? And again, who is the evil people in Star Wars? They're called the Sith. The KHAZARS are descended from what the people call the Scythians, which are a nomadic horse tribe who used to fight wars on horses and shit like that. And they drank horse blood. So that's who the Sith are. The Sith are, again, the Scythians that go back, and they're the ancestors of the KHAZARS. So you'll start to see all of this stuff playing out. Excuse me. You start to see all of this stuff playing out when you actually able to see, you know some of the history, and then you see the modern places where they're able to put this stuff that you don't know. Again, that's the true history. That's one of the secrets of their thing, is that their true history was Khazarian. So that's those cats, right? Now, has anything changed? Those cats were great merchants. They were great at controlling the economy and people who wanted to participate in the economy they created. They were great at controlling that, puppet mastering that. Has anything changed? Kanye just wanted to come out and spread some light on that shit, which we all know, but he deep in there, so he can really say what's popping. So he tries to come out and shine some light on that. And they was like, no, dude, this history's still going on. So just so you know, they didn't always fight with the Moors. The Moors would go through there and trade as well. And so the KHAZARS would have control, or they would get a piece of whatever the Moors wanted to sell through Khazaria. Same thing with you niggas. You haven't created any type of economic infrastructure. You don't get to say what's popping. You don't get to choose. You don't get to do that. When somebody else is doing this to your ass, you don't get to come out and start talking crazy to them niggas. Unless you just say, I don't give a fuck no more, which is great. But if you are still attached and your livelihood is still attached to them niggas' balls, then you got to be swinging from them or sucking on them or something, massaging them, nigga. Putting some relaxer on the hair down there, nigga. Braiding them, nigga. You got to be doing something to the balls now. You got to be, hey, nigga, you got ball work? Because if you don't, then, nigga, if you ain't ball working, then you motherfucking better have some other shit on your own. Because other than that, nigga, I need a fade. I need a one fade on my balls, my nigga. Go give that up. So that is the history between the KHAZARS and the Moors, and it's still going on. And you niggas you don't know anything about it. Do y'all know that the KHAZARS funded the Black Panther movement? Did y'all know that? Nigga, they have had their hand up your ass like a puppet since they flipped the game, since they flipped the trade from the Muslim slave trade, and now they were in control of it. So ever since then, they have not let go. In some form or fashion, they have been in control of that shit since then. Allegedly. So, again, if you want to break down, you want to get that right there, that just tells you stuff. I don't know what it tells you, it just tells you stuff. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. It tells you some stuff. So pick that up. And so you see, you know, Judah, Yehudi. Oh, also Yoda. Yoda comes from Judah. Star Wars again. Yoda, Yehudi, Yoda. So it's all within there. It's all within there, you know, all the stuff. All that they're doing. They put it in their they put it in their works because they have to tell you the truth. So but again, they're trying to say genetically that they can't, you know, that genetically that they're not the one, they're not descendants of the KHAZARS, which you can't possibly test. Just like you guys doing these DNA tests, they can't possibly tell you where you from, if your ancestors are Aboriginal American or ancient African or any of that, because they don't have the DNA from those people. They only have the DNA from people around today, which people move around and different types of people and different genes. So you have no idea. They don't have the genes of those people who were strictly, who stayed right there in that region from those times ago. You don't have that. You got the DNA of people who done bounced around, you know, who are descendants of people who have bounced around the world, nigga, countless times. So there's no way that they can tell if they're the ones, but they'll tell you, well, the DNA says today that we're not their ancestors. What? Wait a minute, nigga. Every bit of history shows that we can track you niggas from here to there to here to boom, boom, boom. But you trying to say genetically now, the DNA says that's not us. We're gonna go with that. All right, y'all full of shit. But anybody y'all jumping on the cancel Kanye bandwagon, you're falling right in line with the bullshit. This is the time we need to be uplifting that nigga right now. If they're trying to tear him down and we see that's the system, because just like he said, as soon as he said some shit, boom, they went and ripped that nigga's whole shit. This nigga got kicked out of Skechers. How you get walked out of Skechers? Kanye West, one of the greatest goddamn musical talents of all time. One of the greatest businessmen of all time. Let the truth be known. He is a great businessman and a great musician. They kicked this nigga out. Said, "Oh, we didn't invite him in. He didn't have an appointment, so we kicked him out." And we want everyone to know we weren't doing business with Kanye. Just please let everyone know. Please let the KHAZAR masters know we weren't doing anything with Kanye. Did you hear me? Did you hear that? This nigga's all over the line. Get the bullhorn. We did not invite Kanye. These niggas. Oh, appreciate you. That spread the wealth. Thank you. These niggas got on the bullhorn, on the mic. Hey, nigga, you know, hey, we didn't invite him in. You know that. Hey, call your sister. Your sister know we didn't invite that nigga, right? They don't want nobody to know or to think they are connected to Yeezy, which is some crazy shit, right? This is cancel culture at its finest, and they're trying to let you know this is a message to the rest of everyone else. If we can cancel somebody this big, what the fuck you think we can do to you? Or we can't do to you. That's what this is, just so y'all know. This is also getting control of somebody who's the programming has gone awry, and they're not sure whether he's gonna let the cat out of the bag. So they gotta debunk him and take him down and make him seem like the villain and all this and that type of shit. So if y'all jump on that bandwagon, nigga, y'all part of the shit. You are a part of the bullshit. No matter what you think about Kanye said slavery was a choice. Who was that? Random instigator. Thank you, brother. Slavery is a choice. Just the fact of the matter. You may not want to be a slave, want to get your ass killed, so you'll do it. But you don't have to do that. You can fight. Somebody tries to come to make you a slave, you don't have to do it. You can say, eat a dick, bitch, and start fighting. And you can do that. Okay? So slavery, when he said that, boom, that's all he was saying. Just like Killmonger said. Even the brothers in the nah, nigga, kill me, nigga, because even them niggas knew that death is better than slavery. So nah, nigga, don't save me, nigga. Kill me. So just so y'all know, y'all cannot jump on that bandwagon. If you do, I'm gonna call you bitch asses out. All you niggas all you niggas at Donda Sports, they left Donda Sports. They kicked this nigga's basketball team out of a tournament. Those are children. They have nothing to do with this. Those children have nothing to do with this. They kicked this basketball team out of a tournament, walking a nigga out of sketches. I mean, come on, man. This is obviously a message to niggas. Because it's funny, you can go somewhere, you can go online, you can talk about white people all day. Did y'all know that? You can talk white people are doing this, white people have done this and they destroyed the world and they boom boom, and white people and bop bop. You can say that all fucking day. Do you know that? You can say that, you can talk shit about white people. Soon as you say the specific motherfuckers, this one specific group of niggas, not even talk about them. Don't not even talk about them. Just even shine light that's not in a positive manner on that motherfucker. Boy, the missiles come at you, nigga. Kanye said it was DEFCON. No, it was DEFCON on his ass. They sent every missile. They bombed the shit out of that nigga. But we got to pick him up, y'all. We can't let him do it. So, again, don't be a part of the fuck system. And real quick, so you know, it has been you Moors have been fighting these niggas for a long time. And yes, all you niggas around the world, yes, you're Moors, goddammit. Aboriginals, you're Moors. Absolutely, goddammit. You're that too. Moor just means dark skinned. It's not a people, it's not a collective people. It was what you were known as around the world. The dark niggas were called Moors. That's just the long and short of the shit. So you can say, well, nigga, these niggas over here, these Aboriginals, they weren't Moor because they weren't. No, I got the paperwork to show you. And nigga, look here. Y'all seen this? Y'all seen this book? Let me read a page out of this book. Hold on. All right, this is a page. This is an excerpt. This is an excerpt from, this is a report from when some sailors or this captain got over here to America and he met up with some Indians, right? So this is a account. So you can go, if anybody who has the Ancient and Modern Britons, it's on page 46, all right? So let me read this. In a brief narrative of the encounters between the early colonists of New England and the native Indians, I find it stated that these unfortunate gentlemen were intercepted by 700 Moors. Now, do you see how you just said native Indians? And then he interchangeably used the word Moors. Let's read that again. In a brief narrative of the encounters between the early colonists of New England. Who is that? Miss Unprogrammable, thank you. The early colonists of New England and the native Indians encounter between those two, the colonists and the native Indians. I find it stated that these unfortunate gentlemen, so you got to be talking about the colonists or the gentlemen, were intercepted by 700 Moors, with whom they fought for the space of 4 hours, till not only they too, but Captain Sharp and 51 Christians more lay dead upon the place. That means the Moors got to put the motherfucking smack down that day, nigga. That's what that means. Get your bitch ass off my land, nigga. So to lay dead upon the place. And again at Woodstock, 10 miles from Sinnock, on the 16th of May, was a little skirmish, betwixt the Moors and Christians, wherein there was of the latter, that means the Christians, of the Moor, that means the Moors. No, that means the Christians, sorry. So let me read that again. On the 16th of May, there was a little skirmish betwixt the Moors and the Christians, wherein there was of the latter, that's the Christians, 3 slain and 2 wounded, and only 2 Indians killed. So they're making a distinction between Moors and Indians. They're flipping it back and forth, letting you know that the Indians, or what they call native Indians over here, were still thought of as Moors from everybody else who looked upon them. So again, it's interchangeable. Just so y'all know, man. Y'all be getting caught up in bullshit, bullshit ass semantics and shit like that. Now, it is true to gain your power back over here in America, you cannot call yourself a Moor. You have to be Aboriginal and find what your nation was, the status, your lineage of your nation. But again, if you want to find out how you are Moors, the Moors populated this whole bitch. Go and get Nature and Nature Knows No Color Line. So this book came first. This book is the expoundation. It's the part 2, or the continuation of this book. All right. So that's that. Now, y'all heard Elon won, goddammit. Elon done won the battle. I don't even call it a war. This is a battle. This is the battle, because he's in a war, just so y'all know. He only won this battle to gain the land. Now the real war is gonna come. They about to start smashing on this nigga. Now, why is Yeezy and Elon public enemy number 1? Because they're not controlled by the WEF. Y'all have to understand, man, the WEF controls everything. World Economic Forum. Them and their little minions that they placed in positions of government, which Klaus Schwab said, we've infiltrated the governments, many governments, and placed people in positions. This nigga said that. We infiltrated. This nigga said that shit. So these people, Kanye and Elon, are not down with it. Elon don't go to the meetings. He ain't with the WEF. And that ESG stuff, he said, is the devil incarnate. Nigga said that. ESG is the devil incarnate. Now, you already know Kanye, can't nobody control that nigga. Well, not anymore. They were before, but they ain't controlling him now. And so now he is somebody who's so influential to millions, if not billions, of people listen to Kanye's music around the world. When you have somebody that influential and you don't have the reins on that nigga, on those niggas, because Elon wasn't political at first. Just so y'all know, Elon wasn't political because he knew he couldn't rock the boat in the politics game. But this nigga is very patriotic as far as freedoms and all the rest of that, right? Because he comes from the South African shit where they didn't have a lot of that stuff. They did for him, but for everybody they didn't. So he's about that shit. So when Twitter came in and they stifled a group called Babylon Bee, which is just a satire channel on Twitter, and they basically just made a joke about, they called somebody who was supposed to be transgender woman, they called him he. Then he got kicked off the platform, and then he went crazy because I guess he liked that channel, and so he went loony and said, nah, this is bullshit, boo boo. So they basically just poked the bear. They just sparked the revolution with that nigga. He went off. Yeezy, Yeezy, obviously we know that this nigga, he's been doing this for a long time, but him and Elon are friends and talk a lot. Two crazy niggas talking. That's two crazy niggas talking a lot. So Elon know that's what sparked him to go in and buy Twitter, which we talked about. That's the S in the ESG. That's the social media. That's the social part of the environmental social governance. That's their big thing. They thought they was gonna be able to control that shit forever. And the fact of the matter is, the only person who could have done this shit, the only person in the world who could have done it, because Bezos and Zuckerberg and anybody else who has enough money to do that are with the other side. They with the WEF and all that. So they're with the program. So the only motherfucker who could have changed and flipped the game in the world was this motherfucker. And the universe had him do it. This is how the universe balances shit out, y'all. I just want y'all to know, the universe, when these niggas be trying to take over and do all this and that and boo-boo and try to, what they're doing is implementing the opposite. And when they're making a move to try to control some shit one way, you institute the opposite reaction. So, all right, yeah, they're going to try to institute control, but the universe says, all right, no, we need to balance this shit out. You just can't do this, nigga, without balance. And especially now we're in a new time where all this shit, everything that they do comes to light. So the universe flipped this shit and said, all right, well, basically, just so y'all know, we are in the illest time of all. This is a world takeover where they try to kill the world. Nigga, nobody has ever tried to kill the entire world before. Do y'all understand that? This is a world apocalypse. And you're going to be asking yourself, where the fuck was I? What was you doing? What did you do in the time of the apocalypse of the world when they tried to kill everybody in the world? Was you sitting around waiting to see who was going to win? Because if you ain't in the game, y'all are bullshitting. I just found this shit out, just so y'all know, this is a side note, I just found this shit out recently, that in 2007, the USDA and I forgot what other agency. Oh, the Homeland Security wanted to they invested in a group doing experiments that wanted to drop some shit on 7 million people. It sprayed some type of do an experiment where they wanted to spray some shit on 7 million people in LA. And so then people found out about it. They be like, nah, motherfucker, you ain't about to do that. And they got up, they fought about it, boom, boom, and they basically stopped them from doing it. They wanted to drop it on, who you think they was going to drop that 7 million, that shit on, and 7 million people? That was going to be the inner city. That's what they said. They wanted to drop it on the inner city. That's the niggas. That's you niggas. But I promise you, none of y'all stopped it from happening because we didn't even know it was popping. I didn't. They found out in the court, when they got in the court to stop them, they found out that it was chemicals in there that would motherfucking cause you to be sterile. People to not have babies, men specifically. They were trying to sterilize the goddamn hood in 2007. And some activists got together and stopped them. Now, this is what I mean. If you ain't involved in shit, how the fuck can you fucking affect anything? Because I don't know no niggas who was involved in that. It might have been, but I don't know no niggas who was involved in that shit. I'm going to tell you right now, they'd have got me because I didn't know. I didn't know a motherfucking thing. They was going to drop shit on 7 million people in Los Angeles and motherfucking make niggas sterile. And they were just going to be like, and the government said, okay. The USDA and Homeland Security came up with this shit. So, again, going back to them trying to control the narrative and getting involved and them taking over this shit. They thought they were going to be able to control this whole fucking thing, and the universe balanced it out and said, nope. All right, you're going to try to kill everybody? All right, I'm going to take away your main vehicle of control, which is the voice of the world, which was Twitter, and gave it to this nigga who ain't with the group, who vows freedom of speech. And we'll see what happens now. We'll see if the shit pop off like you say it is. But this nigga is supposed to open up the algorithm, let everybody see what the fuck's going in. This nigga's Kanye already back. So hey, they took Kanye off. Kanye's back on Twitter, bitches. So he said everybody, he don't believe in lifetime bans, so everybody coming back who was banned, all this and that shit. Then this nigga walked in there and fired the top motherfuckers who were involved in taking down everybody's speech or censoring everybody's speech. That one lawyer chick who shut Trump, she the one who pulled Trump off of Twitter. That nigga walked there and fired that. He fired that bitch right on the first day. Get your ass out of here, bitch. The one who was on Joe Rogan. He got her out of there. What's her name? Vijaya something? Vijaya Vagila, Vajay something. Whatever her name is. He got that. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't about to censor nobody else no more in the rest of your life. So this is how the universe works this shit out. Balances this shit out. Joe, right before to show you how important it was, they went to Joe Biden at the last minute and tried to get that nigga to block it and say that Elon Musk was a threat to democracy. They pinned a letter. All these companies and people wrote a letter to Joe Biden and said, yo, you need to come in with an executive order and stop him from taking Twitter. Like, they tried to do everything they could to stop this nigga from taking over Twitter. Why? Because it's their fucking one thing of control, how they control the rest of the world with the public narrative. How do they do that? Whatever the tweets, whatever trends on Twitter, that's what goes in society. So if I can make, you know, alphabet soup mafia shit trend, you know, and make anybody who's anti that, make them bad, then that's what it is in the world. So again, when they get in this ESG bullshit that they got popping off, this is how they get in. This is how these corporations get investments. This is how they get loans from banks now. This is the way they have to do it. This is the system that they've put up now. That you cannot, your ESG score is the main thing looked at when you try to get money for your business. So everybody had to fall in fucking line with this shit. Like, oh shit, nigga, we got to, what can we do? What can we do? Oh shit, what can we do? What can we do? Hire some purple-haired motherfucking theys. Some and non-binary theys. Put them in that room. Give me some LGBT, some gay motherfuckers. Put them on that. They were just grabbing people from all over the place to say they were diverse. To say their corporation was diverse, right? Just so they can up their score or lower their score, which made it better. So banning, canceling, and censoring is basically the new, it's the new words of the day. Whereas, again, America and the world really is supposed to be built on freedom of speech. Because if I can't say what bothers me, then I can't change it. If I can't tell you what the fuck is wrong, again, notice is one of the very first things that's in law. If I can't tell you what's up, if I don't notice you about what I'm pissed about, then how can you give me remedy? Right off the bat, when the colonists wasn't fucking with the British government anymore, what did they write? Something called the Declaration of Independence, right? What you think that is? That's notice. Declaration, that's all it is notice. It's telling the British, hey nigga, we ain't fucking with you niggas no more. That's all it is. Otherwise, how would the British government know the colonists weren't still under their rule or not messing with them? Excuse me. Get something in my eye. So how would they know the colonists weren't messing with them if the colonists didn't tell them? You have to, your voice is the most important thing. You have to be able to speak and tell what the fuck is going on. So the hijacking of Twitter has pissed those niggas off crazy. His nigga basically just hijacked Twitter. He came and just said, give me this bitch. You don't need that shit. You ain't doing nothing with it, nigga. So again, whatever else you think of this nigga and all the Starlink and boop boop and all the rest of that bullshit, whatever. When that shit happens, we'll deal with that. Otherwise, you ain't got no proof this nigga doing nothing foul with any of that because it ain't happened yet. When it happens, we'll fuck with that. What we do know is that nigga has hijacked the biggest goddamn voice vehicle that the WEF and the globalist niggas had. He basically just walked up in their house, pimp slapped them, and jacked it and took it off their fucking couch. So we'll see what he do with it. But they don't have it no more because very first thing he did was fire the person who was shutting down the voices of everybody. That was the first thing that nigga did. So we can see now, we can say he did all that, but the first thing he did, he looked like he doing what he say he doing. So, hey, shout out to that nigga for right now till we see what the fuck he got popping. Then, well, that's popping. New York, they rule in favor of the unvaxxed. The unhokey, the uncupcaked. It's starting to come out, y'all. They said the mandates, the cupcake mandates were unconstitutional. This is a judge. Said it was unconstitutional, which we've been saying the whole goddamn time. You just had to make excuse me, you just had to wait until this stuff worked itself through the courts. So, and real quick, everybody, if y'all recording this, because sometimes YouTube be messing with the audio. The last live stream, the audio was jacked up. So if the audio starts messing up, y'all let me know, because then I guess I'll go out and try to come back in. But YouTube be messing up the audio when I start talking about some shit that's really important. The audio will start doing this. So just let me know. Yo, it's 900 of y'all in here. It's only 400 likes. Y'all better, I'll end this bitch right now. Y'all better hit that goddamn like button. Y'all full of shit. I'll fucking go put on Andor, some Star Wars right now. Saturday, my chip, boy, don't fuck around. Get the goddamn like button. Gotta be in here reporting shit to you niggas. Hit the like button right now. 900 people in here, 500 of you niggas ain't hitting the like button. That's y'all full of shit. Stop ear hustling. All right, y'all know how the algorithm work. So a lot of y'all might be hate watching. So shit, if you are, hey, kick rocks. Fuck you. If you hate watching. So they found out that they were unconstitutional, which basically goes for all workers all over the board in all of New York. Just so y'all know, that's a huge win, man. These laws are this is important for you niggas, because when it starts coming out, man, these jobs want to start pushing these mandates. What they really tried to do, all of this stuff didn't line up for these niggas. They put the infrastructure down for this to go down. Mandates, passports, the cupcake passports, they put that infrastructure in place. It's in place all over the world for this shit to pop off. What ain't happened though? You niggas didn't kick the bucket like they thought. What else happened? The information that they were trying to control on the major platforms still got out on alternative platforms. So people was like, oh nigga, fuck this cupcake, nigga. I don't need no cupcakes. Fuck all cupcakes. Sorry, let me get my fan fell out, yo. But it's like, oh, I don't eat no fuck cupcakes. I'm going over all sweets, and especially tofu and quinoa cupcakes. I don't fuck with no experimental cupcakes. So that's what's happening. Their system is not working the same. So they're still trying to push these things on the surface when all the information is coming out on the low. 18, the app that the cat has that people were supposed to report adverse effects, they had to release that data, said 18 million people reported effects where they had to actually be hospitalized, right? Holy shit. Allegedly. We gotta throw that in there. But so that got released. Then the lady said, when they had her in the EU, which was supposed to be the CEO of P.F. Heiser Bakery, did you test to see if this stopped transmission? Of course not. What do you mean, of course not, bitch? You came out and said it was 95% effective against transmission, bitch. What you mean, of course not now? Ain't no of course not. When we got multiple tweets and shit from you and the cat saying it's 95% effective. Why wouldn't you get it? What the fuck? Of course not. Oh yeah. Again, start piling up this information, y'all. This is what you don't let any of this stuff just go by without you archiving this information to fight back at these niggas later on. So that's how you got to do it. And what that means is the people who didn't get paid. So this is also for this goes for Kyrie Irving. Shout out to Kyrie. Kyrie, baby. You did it, baby. You did it. You all the way through. You held on. You knew what was right. And you fought. And now that your ass is vindicated, goddammit. All these niggas is dropping like flies because of sudden adult death syndrome. You ain't gonna be one of them, my nigga. But because they held Kyrie out, you know how much nigga he can sue the city for now? Because of this ruling? Holy shit. Kyrie might not even have to play basketball ever again. If I was Kyrie, I'd be suing these niggas for hundreds of millions of dollars. I ain't ever playing basketball again. Fuck basketball, bitch. I'm about to sue the city of New York for $500 million. For sure. I would put that number right on there. So shout out to the workers in New York. What was that? Dion Spivey, thank you, brother. Shout out to the workers in New York. Y'all who held on and held out. You held on to your convictions. Your spirit told you it was not right for you to take them goddamn cupcakes. You knew it. Your spirit told you, your higher self, whatever. And bam, you have been vindicated. Now, of course, they're appealing it because a ruling like this means that they can't do mandates ever again in history, in the future. So now they have to appeal the case to try to get it taken off. So now the workers can't go back to work until the appeal is through. That's fucked up. Oh, Genevieve Stretch, thank you. He says now they're trying to say Kyrie is what? Anti-Semitic. When did he say that? When did Kyrie ever say anything that was that? Trying to say Kyrie is anti-Semitic. I haven't heard that, but that nigga that nigga got a big cape on with a with a syringe and a circle with an X on it, like that's with a syringe buster symbol on it, nigga. That's Kyrie, right? If I was Kyrie, I would get that cape too. I'd get a shirt with a syringe and a big syringe, like Ghostbuster symbol. I would get the syringe right in the middle, for sure. I think I might do that. I might get that and put it on my damn channel on the website, y'all. Shit, that sounds pretty good. But yeah, shout out to the boy Kyrie and the people in New York who held on to your convictions. Y'all won, goddammit. And then, while that's going on, PayPal bought the $2,500 penalty back for if you say some wrong shit. And if you're getting paid off of saying foul things, then they brought it back. Now, what happened was, remember, they got exposed because it was supposed to be about misinformation. So they took that out, right? They got exposed. It was written by some Chinese legal person, a contracted, independent contracted Chinese legal person who wrote it in China and then sent it back. So we already know who that was, an independent contractor from China. Come on, nigga. She was literally in the Chinese government office, like typing that shit up. An independent contractor from China. Get the fuck out of here. So they bought the policy back. So what they did was they took that out, right? The misinformation thing out. Then they tried to say, oh, well, this has been a part of the policy for a long time, for a couple years now. So when you go back and look at it, it actually kind of was a part of the policy where it said, yo, who was that? Cedric Dalton. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. So they came back and they tried to say that the policy was in there. Basically, what they changed, they took the misinformation out. But what they said is you can't do any hate speech, right? You can't hate speech, racism, whatever. So what do they deem as hate speech? What if you call somebody who deems themselves a woman a man, and you call them a man? Is that hate speech? Like, come on now. Again, and also, Leotis Conley Jr. That's a hell of a name right there, brother. Thank you, man. So, you know, and PayPal is down with the ADL. That's the Anti-Defamation League. That's the KHAZARS main watchdog police force. For if you say some shit about the KHAZARS, they in your booty, nigga. Yo, Cool Kings. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Man, everybody hitting that super chat. Appreciate y'all, man. So ADL is the microscope up your ass. When you say some fucked up shit about about them niggas, they bring out the telescope or the magnifying glass. They get up in your booty. So so what is hate speech? What do they deem as hate? So we already know you can't say nothing about them. Cause what happened? PayPal cut that nigga Kanye off. Like, shit. They cut that nigga head off like Damon did in the House of the Dragon to the brother who called old girl's sons bastards. If y'all know, y'all been watching House of Dragons, y'all know that nigga said, your children are bastards. bastards. They were trying to take over the brothers. They were trying to take over the black lord, the brother lord's whole estate. Trying to put in some Caucasian kids, some bastard kids. Like, nigga, these your descendants. He was like, nigga, these ain't these descendants, nigga. You trying to take over all that shit, nigga. Nah, these niggas are bastards. And then Damon Targaryen cut that nigga head off. That's what they did to Kanye. That's what PayPal and everybody else did to that nigga Kanye. They said, yeah. And they lost a lot of money doing that. But they tried to let you know that, nigga, we control everything. We don't give a shit about the money. It's about the power. And don't you say nothing. Mother. What? Boy. Oh, nigga, I'll smack the shit out of you, nigga. That's how they getting it. They ain't, they not playing. And then you don't have organizations like theirs to do anything. You're not unified like that. Genevieve Stretch, thank you. He said for promoting anti-Semitic film and book on his social media accounts. Trying to write the title, but it's preventing it. Well, yeah, don't bring the heat over here, goddamn. Don't put the title in there. Don't do it. I don't need to. I'll look it up later. But thank you, appreciate you. But man, so again, you see how you guys don't have any infrastructures. Like, you don't have an ADL. They'll say, oh, we got the NAACP. Nigga, no, you don't. That's run by the KHAZARS too. So is the Boule. Boule, just so y'all know, nigga, the Boule not been niggas since 1960. That's a myth that this is a group of niggas out here controlling all you niggas. No, they've been letting non-melanated people in the Boule since 1960. A motherfucking and also the NAACP. It was a KHAZAR who was the CFO, the chief financial officer of the NAACP for 28 years, meaning he controlled the money. He was a KHAZAR. So you niggas ain't been control of shit. You don't have no organization. You ain't got nothing. You niggas don't know the law. That's the very first thing that them niggas did. They learned the law and started becoming lawyers and started tweaking people's this and that and working. That's the very first thing they did. If you don't know how shit is run, how you gonna change shit? You gonna do anything? But that's the first thing the KHAZARS did when they started to get strong. They learned the law. Then started to create unified organizations based off of that. Then they started to do, and boom, boom, boom. You niggas ain't got none of that. You don't even think about doing that. Y'all know what a think tank is? I'm sure y'all may have heard of it. Y'all know what they do? Have you heard of any? The Rand Corporation, the Tavistock Institute, the Heritage Foundation. These are all think tanks that think about how the society in the world or America is supposed to be run. They write this shit up and they submit it to the governments, and the governments take those suggestions from these think tanks and they implement those policies into the government. You ain't got nothing like that. Where your think tank at? I called for this about a few years ago on the What show. I said we need to get started with a think tank. No smart niggas hit me up. we need a melanated think tank. That's the very first thing to figure out what we need. That's the very first thing. You need a blueprint. You need somebody to come up with the blueprint, the plan. And that needs to be a bunch of smart people who understand the system, how things work, how things go, what you need to do to implement certain things within systems to make them work for you. If you don't have any of that, you can't affect society the way you need to. That's the foundations that you need to get on. That's why you think we created the Know Your Rights Foundation. We need to build a bunch of niggas who know the law first. Before you do anything else, how you think you're going to take over society, nigga, and all you niggas still don't know how society, the system is run. But you want to take it over. And you keep talking about white men run everything, nigga, white men run all this shit, nigga, they do everything, nigga, they control our food, they control the shit, nigga, fuck that, nigga, no matter what I do, they just gonna still run it. You know why they run it, nigga? Because they know how to fuck, they in the books, they wrote the books, but nigga, they still in them reading them. They didn't hide the books, they didn't write the books and then hide them and slip them under the, nigga, take this and put it up under the... They didn't do any of that. Them books are sitting right there open for you to be able to read them. So unless you get organizations like this, it's not going to pop off. So then, just so you know, so PayPal is full of shit. If you want to get, I suggest you get off PayPal. You can use, if you're in business, you can use something like, you know, if you're not, you know, if you're not scared to say anything, if you're not tripping about it, then don't do it. But if you're tripping about it, they may control your speech, then you can use somebody like Stripe. I forgot, there's another one out there. I forgot the name of this. I forgot the name of this one. Damn, I forgot the name of this other one. A lot of people try to use Stripe, but that's the messed up part. PayPal has a monopoly on, you know, on online banking. So it's really hard to stop fucking with them. But try to find ways to do that. Stripe is one way. I forgot the other way. Sorry, people. But fuck PayPal if they snatch, they trying to steal niggas' money. Now, what else happening? They got a new cupcake that takes care of cancer. Did y'all hear about the cancer cupcake? Oh, who was that? It just says Consa. I can't see the whole name. Sorry. But thank you. Thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. They have a new cancer cupcake. They said that was made possible by the Boogie V cupcake. In case y'all don't know, if y'all new to the channel, Boogie V is the CO. That's what I call the CO. And then the cupcake is what they tried to make you take to counteract the Boogie V, right? So they got a new cupcake that deals with cancer and said it was made possible by the technology from the Boogie V cupcake. So if we never did this, we would never. They coming out with like 15 other cupcakes. They say the new technology that we never would have been able to come up with if we didn't implement this first in society. This new mRNA. WEEZY, thank you. The lady named Carrie who was it? Check out Carrie Cassidion or Carrie Cassidy. I'll check it out. But they got a new cancer cupcake, and they knew you niggas were the experimental guinea pigs in order to get to this point. They got to jump from point A to point S. We got to go from A to S. A as S. We had to go from point A to S, and we need a bunch of niggas in here to fill that in. How do we do that? Oh, well, tell everybody that they're going to die if they get breathed on from a nigga who's closer than 6 feet. Oh, shit, nigga, everybody run to take the shit in, and we'll have all the subjects we need. That's all we got to do, guys. That's all we got to do. I saw it in a movie. It's called Contagion. Yeah, it's some bullshit they made up for a movie. They'll believe it from us, though, because we're the government. So that's how they did you niggas. Now they got cupcakes coming out from all over the place, dealing with this and dealing with that. Oh, we got a cupcake for this. We got a cupcake for that now, y'all. Hey, don't even work. What the Boogie V cupcake? What you worried about, nigga? That don't even exist no more, nigga. No, we got the new cancer cupcake, though. You want that? We got a new cupcake for leukemia. We got the new cupcake for my, what was it, arthritis. We got an arthritis cupcake. We got all kind of cupcakes. Get the hell out of here. Now, as soon as this nigga's, and this is, now, Biden says the pandeezy's over, right? And then, right after he said the pandeezy's over, this nigga go and get a 5th Boost Mobile. How you get the 5th Boost Mobile? WEEZY. This is on BitChute. All right. Project Camelot. Just check that out, people. But he got a 5th Boost Mobile. He got a 5th Boost Mobile. What was that? King Walk. Thank you. Got a cupcake. Got a new cupcake. Cupcakes all over the place. We got a bakery. The P.F. Heiser Bakery. I told you. They got cupcakes. They got twisties. They got eclairs. Chocolate eclairs. They got the bear claw. Nigga, they got everything. Everybody, you gonna fuck with that bear claw. Not too many people fuck with the bear claw. You got to be gangster to fuck with the bear claw. I fucks with the bear claw. So, 5 Boost Mobiles. Now they have a new bivalent Boost Mobile. Did you hear about that? It's 2 types of proteases that they put into your body now. Bivalent, bi meaning 2. Boop. Take 2 of these experimental things now. You only was taking 1 before, but here, 2. There you go. We're going to raise you 2. The bivalent. They are trying to keep this shit going and going and going any way they can. Implementing this, telling you this, not saying this, overting this, and they can't keep it up because the whole house of cards is falling on these niggas because everybody is getting the real information. They're sharing it, they're spreading it out, which is what they didn't want happening. This is the fuckery. When you try to control system, when you create systems like this for control, the opposite happens. You also create a system for freedom if it's used in the opposite way. So boom, this is what happened to these niggas, and that information got out. And then you saw that the cows in Australia was dropping from the cupcake. They got cupcaked. Did you see that? They were cupcaking the cows in Australia, and the cows start dropping. The cows is kicking the bucket, nigga, from the cupcake. Why? First of all, why are you cupcaking cows? Which lets you know it's in your meat, in your hamburgers, in your steaks, and all this and that. You're already getting the cupcake. Kill Bill already said he was doing that on his farms. Cupcaking the cows. So if y'all still eating beef, man, shit. I don't know what to tell you. You still eating beef. Man, right now, excuse me. Right now, you need to try and be as healthy as possible, cleanse your body, do whatever you need to do. Because the cat director, she just came out and said she got the boogie V. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. She just got Boost Mobile too. So right after she get Boost Mobile, she got the Boogie V. This is a big, man, this is a house of cards that is falling in on itself. They've been lying. They asked just the fact that when they said it was 95% effective, and then the representative came out and said, no, we didn't even test for any effectiveness. That is the most blatant lie. You can crush their whole goddamn system with that by itself. It's falling, everybody. If you're not paying attention, no, they're whizzing this shit by you. So do what you need to do. Pass this shit on to people who you know are dead and sleep, and start letting these niggas know the house of cards is falling on them, and we just need to keep the pressure on them. Which is why they didn't want Twitter being taken over. Now, all of those videos and stuff that I've been telling y'all to find on Telegram and Stu Peters and all the rest of that shit, the COV, UK COV channel that's on there, Phoenix Rising, all those Telegram channels, all those videos from those those experts, those doctors, all of those people are now going to be able to be shared on Twitter. They can't hide them no more. Now all of this stuff is about to be mainstream information, and you can't take it down because it's actual real information, excuse me, that's been put out, that's been verified. So no matter what the policy before was, you just can't, no matter what it says, no matter what the mainstream is saying, no matter what information comes out, our policy says you can't say anything against it. No matter what information comes out, if you say anything against it, even if the information is real, your ass is getting kicked off. That's not happening no more. Now you'll be able to share anything. And then what the nigga's gonna do, he's about to make Twitter battle YouTube, which is what's needed. He's about to add video to YouTube, to Twitter. He's trying to make something called the All World app, right? Some shit that they got over in China, where they have, you can go to that app for everything. You don't got to go out of that app for anything. So it's going to be, he's trying to put he's going to make it have video features like a YouTube. Now, first, I think at first it's going to start with like 10-minute video for content creators. But if he adds live stream, or if and when he adds live stream to Twitter, I don't got no Twitter account, y'all, but if and when he nigga add live stream to Twitter, I'm on Twitter, bitches, and I'm live streaming my ass off, and ain't gonna be no Boogie V, ain't gonna be no Boost Mobile, ain't gonna be no Cat Dog Cat, I'm going off. You understand? I'm saying every goddamn thing. So hurry up, motherfucker. Elon, come out with the live stream feature on Twitter, because nigga, I am taking off from the half court from I'm dunking on niggas. So while that's going on, over around the world over here, did you see the newly turned trans person? What's that person's name? The dude that met with Biden. Did you see how they met? There's a newly turned trans person that met with Biden. Now, you know how many people that be trying to meet with the goddamn president? Why is this person who just turned trans 6 months ago, why are they getting an audience with the fucking president? Because this falls right in line with the ESG. I'm telling y'all, nigga, y'all better get on board with this shit. This ESG is taking over the shit. So this falls right in line with the ESG. It promotes, they know this person is over the top, but they want that. They want it sensationalized. They want that movement sensationalized. They don't want it to look very pedestrian and low key and, you know, very civilized. No, that's not going to affect anybody. They need it sensationalized because they know the you know, the more the spectacle it is, it reaches more people. Because more people are affected by that type of information being conveyed in that way. Laughter, sensationalism, all that type of stuff. So this motherfucker's over the top and who cares? And he's doing a goddamn fucking caricature of a woman. Because that's not, and he calling himself a girl. This motherfucker, what's his name? Dylan Mulvaney. Now, as soon as this motherfucker been for 6 months, right? Just one day, hey, I'm a woman. And so everybody, we all got to treat you like a motherfucking woman now, huh? Because one day you say, oh, fuck it, I'm a woman. Oh, well, hey, shit, he said he's a woman. Shit, we got to treat him like a woman. What do you need? The fuck do you need? So all the companies start endorsing this nigga. That's what started happening. All the companies start endorsing him. He started getting endorsements from all these these makeup companies and shit like that, right? Just flooding this nigga with money. Endorsements all over here. Boom, boom, boom. 6 months. You just turned. Why are they doing that? Why are these companies doing that? Because it again ups their ESG score or lowers it, whatever. That makes it better. If they can show that they're endorsing someone who's the face or one of the faces of the alphabet soup mafia movement, if they can show that, then they get a good ESG score. Look at what we're doing when you're going over the books and you start to see what they're doing, boom, boom, and you start to see, oh, one of their endorsements, their endorsers is Dylan Mulvaney, the newly turned trans. And you're like, oh shit. If you're a person who's trying to look at somebody's ESG score and shit, you're like, oh great. This shit is trying to take over the fucking world, and this is why all these corporations are flipping this way. Just a flood, just a crazy rush flood. But it's not working because it's going against the harmony of nature. This is not truly what people are in essence. You're not that. The universe made men and women to go together. Now you may be on a different journey in this life, you know, to add to your spiritual knowledge. you know, for your journey. But you know, so if you in some same sex stuff in this experience, that's your lesson for you in this lifetime. But the essence of nature is the masculine, divine masculine, and divine feminine coming together for creation. This is how you get creation in the universe. Those two forces coming together. And ain't nothing going to change that. No matter how much you try to introduce this shit into society. But even if you do, because it's not real, it's not the essence of the universe, it's not going to take hold. That's why it's not working. That's why I say when you go get woke, go broke. All these companies, movies and shit that's been coming out, the fucking the movie with the gay movie, they tried to, what's that movie they call Bros? These niggas are trying to take the word bro now. Fuck that. You ain't taking that word, motherfuckers. They always trying to steal somebody's fucking word. They stole the rainbow. Fuck that. You can't take the rainbow, nigga. Fuck that shit. You can't take the essence of light, nigga, and say this is us. Nigga, how you gonna take the essence of light? And then you seen what happened, just to show you the vibration that it's on. If you see the rainbow is inverted. So it goes the light spectrum, the visible light spectrum goes from infrared to ultraviolet, right? So violet being the highest vibration, the purple being the highest vibration, the red being the lower. Their shit is flipped, where they got the red on the top and the lower vibration on the top and the highest vibration on the bottom, which shows you that's the same thing as the inverted pyramid, the pentagram. That's what the pentagram means. When you see the pentagram in a circle and you see the two horns up, that's what that means. The two pointed head means worldly, excuse me, worldly shit over spiritual shit. When you see the point up, the star with the point up, that means spiritual over worldly shit, right? So this is the same fucking thing. The rainbow is the same symbolism. Worldly shit or low vibration over the high vibration. So that's what's popping off. That's what they're trying to implement and trying to make stick. Now, it's going so much that they got these two niggas. I'm gonna call them niggas, not niggas, not brothers. These two niggas. I don't even think niggas too good. I don't even know what to go. These two niggas kissing on Atlanta. Holy shit. Now, I ain't seen it because, nigga, I can't even watch Atlanta no more. Atlanta was cool as fuck. Now, somebody just told me it happened. I ain't seen the scene, but apparently they told me these niggas had to kiss to get some shoes. Bullshit. This is all a part of that agenda. Why are you writing this in your goddamn script? Oh, it's a joke. We know it was a joke for us to just, it's a scenario for us to have to get some shoes. No, nigga. Sorry, nigga. If your lips, you a man, and your lips touch the lips of another man who ain't your daddy, nigga, even then, that got to be a cheek kiss, nigga. Hey, daddy, pick the fuck away from me, nigga. That's nigga, your ass is, nigga, you with that shit. And you can't be like, oh, we were just acting. It's all acting. You don't see when someone's a killer in a movie, you don't look at them as a killer in real life, do you? No, because the people they killing on screen are not really dead, nigga. You are actually kissing and whatever the fuck else to this nigga. That really happened in real life. You can't erase that. So you can't be claiming that ain't part of you if you are doing that. And you are acting like you like it. Fuck out of here. So this is part of the emasculation of niggas. That plan that's going on. Let's see these two prominent niggas kissing in a show that's usually doesn't have much of that stuff in there unless they're clowning it. Like in this first season, second episode, that was funny as shit. But they got these two niggas kissing. I couldn't finish watching Lovecraft Country because of that bullshit. I couldn't do it. Goddamn. As soon as I was like, I'm out. I still don't know what happened. I have no idea what happens at the end of Lovecraft Country. After that scene, I didn't even see the scene. As soon as it started, click, boop, I'm out. So I don't even know what happened. Can't do it. I'm out of here, nigga. So while that's going on and they're implementing this ESG shit and they're trying to make it mainstream, what they're doing is opening the floodgates for all of the dark-souled people who are masquerading in that community in order to do fucked up things. So like, give me an example. So some private schools in New York are making parents sign woke training pledges to admit their children to school. So they have to take these pledges home. The parent has to sign this pledge that says they will go to, and I don't know if they call it woke training, they call it something else, but it's deemed woke training, meaning they have to learn about the alphabet soup community, racism, this and all that. They have to, or if they don't sign it, their kid can't go to school, won't be admitted into school if the parent doesn't sign a woke pledge, a woke training pledge. Do y'all see where this bullshit is going? They are infiltrating the homes on a level you ain't never seen before. Not the fact that they're trying to tell you that your kid don't belong to you, and me as a teacher who only is around your child for 6 hours a day, I have the right to control their minds for the rest of their life, the direction of their minds for the rest of their life. I don't feed them, I don't clothe them, I don't bathe them, I don't house them, I don't comfort them, and when they're scared and when they get hurt, none of that shit. I don't do any of that. But I'm the teacher. I can tell your child whatever the fuck I want. He's in my classroom. I know your taxes pay for it, but fuck that. It's my classroom when I'm here for 6 hours a day. I don't give a fuck what you say. So they're making the parents sign woke pledges. This shit is going off the rails. If we don't get involved, and this is the apocalypse, the world apocalypse at this time. When they talk, this is what this shit is. When they're trying to flip reality from what you knew and how harmony and the laws and harmony of nature and how things are, and they're trying to flip it on its head, that is the apocalypse. And apocalypse only means the unveiling, the truth. They're basically showing you what this really is, who they truly are. That's really what that means. The apocalypse only means the unveiling, the uncovering. That's all that means. So they're showing you what shit is, what it really is. And what are you gonna do when they show you who they are? Nigga, if I show you, nigga, if I show you who I am, then I'm trying to steal all your shit, what are you gonna do about it? You gonna sit back and mentally masturbate on how we used to be great and we had all these great kingdoms, and before we had the pyramids, and we was the all these niggas. We was the Jews, and we was the Asians, we was Afro-Asiatic black man, nigga. We was here, we was there, nigga. We was all of that, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Shit. Tell me who the fuck we was. Who the fuck is your ass now? Nigga. You keep pontificating and mentally masturbating on some old bullshit. What are you doing now with the tools you have now? A lot of y'all don't want to get involved in what you got going on now because, y'all figure it's some new shit or it's some shit that the system created, so I can't get involved in that. The system created that. Terrence Monger, thank you. The system created that. I can't get involved in that. I can't learn that and master that. The system created that bullshit, nigga. I'm with the ancestors. All right, nigga. Well, that's the same thing as saying, nigga, well, the ancestors used to eat with wooden teeth, nigga. Well, shit, if it's good enough for the ancestors, I'm gonna eat with wooden teeth. Nigga, no, motherfucker. The fuck is you talking about, nigga? Nigga, the ancestors used to drive horse and buggies, nigga. Nigga, what you talking about, nigga? I don't need no goddamn car. I don't need no fucking Lamborghini. That's basically what you got. The system that you have now to control things, this government, is basically a Lamborghini. It's all built for you to be able to do what the fuck you want to control your life. The mechanism, all the shit is there, but you still talking about the horse and buggy, nigga, that your ancestors used to roll, nigga. Hey, nigga, remember when they niggas built that wheel? Remember when our ancestors built the wheel, nigga? We was walking and shit, we was skipping around this bitch, and nigga, this nigga came out the mountain and said, hey, nigga, this wheel, my nigga. And it changed the game for us. Ever since then, nigga, we been on wooden wheels, nigga. Wooden wheels. For me, from here on out. The fuck? Get your ass in the future, nigga. Figure this shit out today. What's practical for you today? All of that sensational shit, that mystical bullshit, that's great, nigga, that you used to be, or your ancestors used to be all that. And you don't even know if your ancestors was that, nigga. Most of you niggas were slaves. You don't even know if your goddamn ancestors was these goddamn noble motherfuckers doing that. But it make you feel good though, don't it? It make you feel all nice and warm and cuddly inside, nigga. Hey, nigga, we was kings, we was queens, nigga, we was gods, we was doing all this shit, nigga. Are you manifesting any of that shit now? Where your godness now? Where your kingness, where your queenness at now? Do I see it in your lifestyle, nigga? Because if you ain't doing none of that shit now, nigga, shut the fuck up about what these niggas used to do in the past. It's great if you can talk about that and you doing it now, but if you can only talking about what they did in the past and you ain't doing shit now, nigga, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, nigga. So then, like I said, it allows the dark people to come into this system. It allows the dark people to come into the system. 269 teachers, and just this year alone, have been arrested for sex crimes, child sex crimes. Teachers, 269 teachers. That was allowed because of this ESG sexualized whole system that they're trying to implement. It allowed for these people to still be teachers, and they're not vetting these people. Because why? If I vet them, then that's what's the word I'm looking for? If I vet these people, then then what's the word I'm looking for? It's violence. It's not violence against them. What's the word they would use? Like, it's discriminatory. I would think that's the kind of word. I'm discriminating against them if I try to vet these people because of the way they look. So they just letting all these people in there and do whatever the fuck they want. And these people are pedophiles. They're taking these kids and flipping these kids and then trying to take them home and do what the fuck they want to them. 269 teachers in the 9 months of 2022 have been arrested for fucking child sex crimes. Man, get your children out of these goddamn schools. I told y'all a long time ago, get some co-ops, get whatever the hell you got to get. Get these kids out of the schools. All right. And then the study showed that the students have become even dumber because of the pandeezy lockdowns. Which is even crazy. So, man, all this shit is just fucked up. Students and niggas, the kids are dumber. It's some whole fuckery. Then, just the last couple things. I want y'all to go watch out for Senate Bill 4090. That's the federal Senate Bill 4090. It's called the Dietary Supplement Listing Act of 2022. Go look that up. Senate Bill 4090, Dietary Supplement Listing Act of 2022. What is that? Basically, the FDA wants you, if you got dietary supplements, like if you telling people to take what's the one, like CKLS, which are colon, kidney, liver, spleen, right? So if you create those pills, those supplements, you have to now register with the FDA. Now, a lot of people think it means you have to get FDA approval. That's not what it means. It doesn't mean you have to get approval from the FDA, but it does mean you have to register your shit with the FDA. And so basically enlist the ingredients. So this is what it says. So, and they call it the people who are responsible for the supplements. So anybody, and this is most of the people out here, we do supplements. You sell herbs and stuff like that. Now, not the herb by itself. If you create a supplement, basically you mix herbs with other herbs, then you have to do that. That's a supplement. So look, it says, under this bill, the responsible person must register with the FDA specified information about each dietary supplement to be offered for sale, including 1, a list of all ingredients required by regulation to appear on the label. 2, the conditions of use, meaning how do you use it, right? What's the best way to use it? 3, any warnings or precautions. 4, certain claims characterizing the relationship between certain nutrients in the supplement and a disease or health-related condition, meaning Oh, thank you. Who was that? Tafiq Bey. Thank you. So basically what that means is you need to say what this herb does for what ailment. This herb does what for this ailment or whatever the hell, if it's not a herb, whatever it is. Whatever it is, you need to say this helps for this ailment. 5, the responsible person's contact information. And 6, the locations where the supplement is manufactured, packaged, labeled, or held. So you got to, now this is if it passes. It's not passed yet. This is just a bill. This is a Senate bill that they want done. So they're trying to regulate us, y'all, the people who do natural care, homeopathic natural care, all that type of stuff. They're trying to regulate us, which they really can't, because most of the stuff we do, we or not we, because I don't necessarily suggest anything, but the people who are, because I deal in those circles because of my what I do as far as health. You know, those people, they're trying to regulate that system because a lot of people make money selling supplements, you know, dietary supplements to help, you know, to help heal you, that are not regulated, so to speak, quote unquote, regulated by the FDA or approved by the, let's say, approved by the FDA, which the FDA doesn't approve anything. You have to do your own research on shit. Then you submit a report to the FDA and then they look at it and say yes or no. So they don't test anything. So all this is if you got dietary supplements, so that means like sea moss. If you're selling sea moss, that goes for those people, stuff like that. So just be aware they're trying to push that through, and it's just a way to take control of these different. They're trying to control everything at this point. They're trying to get control over all the things that the ways that we have to make money that they're not into yet. So they're trying to say, oh, these niggas make money this way? Okay, let's regulate that. These niggas make money this way? Okay, let's regulate that. These niggas make money this way? Or regulate that. That's why big government is not good. They should not be all over in your shit. That's not what government is meant for, to be all up in your shit on every fucking thing. That's not what it's for. But y'all don't know that if you don't know government. That's why get your asses out there and learn this government. But so that's what they're trying to do. Watch out if you're a supplement provider in the future, be aware of that they're gonna try to, and this is also, it's the doorway in. What they do is they let you, they pull you in. So they say, oh, you don't gotta register, you don't need approval by the FDA, you just need to register. Once you register with the FDA, then watch all the other shit regulations that come down now that they've got you registered. Now that we got you under one of our, one of the thumbs, then we're gonna thumb. We're gonna do the ID clear. They're gonna do the thumb war shit on your ass now. They just gonna implement all kind of shit. So just watch out for that. That's what they got coming. That's part of the WEF shit though, right? That's part of the you will own nothing and be happy. So they got to take away people's hustle. Most people who do this, they call it the side hustle when you selling your supplements and stuff like that. So they got to take away your hustle so that you don't have a way to support yourself. So now, or again, so this is the beginning of that. So then the last thing is, did y'all see that they're implementing the microchip for your bank card? The dude in Britain, he got his bank card implanted in his hand. This shit is man. This shit is going off the rails. This nigga got his bank card implanted in his hand, his Visa. Got a Visa implanted in his goddamn hand. Holy shit. And he's just boop. He's going boop. Now Whole Foods, they already got the palm scanner. At Whole Foods, if you go to Whole Foods, you can sign up for the palm scan. It scans your palm because everybody's palms are no two palms are alike. So it scans your palm, boop. Now they got your palm print in the system. Don't be falling for this bullshit, y'all. Now, they acting like this shit is new, where you got to print it right here and just boom, he scans it right here. Now, that's not new. Sweden implemented a microchip program a couple of years ago. And they implemented it, and so they would say that buying food and stuff like that would be better for the Swedish people. Would be better for the Swedish people. And so they took volunteers. They took some volunteers, and people volunteered and start getting implemented with the chip. So this is a couple years ago. Now they're trying to say, oh, let's do your bank card. Oh, let's do your hand. These, again, they're getting you into the mainframe. They're integrating you into that mainframe. This transhumanism bullshit that they got you of humans and computers being one day is going real. The dude who is the main protagonist for it, or not the protagonist, but what's it? The main dude who's for it. Actually, because I can't think of the word right now, but the main dude who's for it, he was on the Bill Maher show the other night. Dr. Harari. That's the dude, that's Klaus Schwab's right-hand man. That Harari dude, that dude is the dude who came up with, you said you don't have a soul. And we can hack your spirit and soul because all you people who think you have a soul, that's ridiculous. And this nigga think you don't got no soul or no spirit. And you can be hacked for future elite motherfuckers. That dude was on Bill Maher the other night. Friday. Yes, what was it? Yesterday. That was yesterday. He was on Bill Maher last night. Go watch last night's show. He was on Bill Maher last night. So this is the system. This is the system they're coming with. Hand scans, computer chips. So they can cut you off. Remember, this is also part of the central banking, the computer banking thing that they're trying to implement. They got to put you into the system. They got to put you into the computer, right? So the WEF plan is in full effect. And so while that's popping off, over in Canada, your boy Justin Trudeau, he's Justin Castro, really, y'all. That nigga is Fidel Castro's son for sure. If y'all don't, go look up pictures of Castro when he was a kid, because they got memes. They got Justin Trudeau, or Castro, Justin Trudeau, the prime minister, and they got him side by side with Castro when Castro was in his 30s or whatever that was. They look like twins. They look exactly alike. Just so y'all know, Castro and Trudeau's mom was linked up on some side piece thing. So that's how that went down. So Justin Trudeau is really Fidel Castro's son. And this nigga came out and he said, this nigga said that they banning all guns in Canada. All handguns are getting banned. Not that they signing any legislation to do it. This nigga is single-handedly doing it with an executive order. He is saying you niggas can't own guns. What is that for? What is that for? Why, boy? Y'all don't see this, man. Please see this for what it is and stop sitting back out of the game. Man, this shit is real. This is for the people in Canada, man. I feel for y'all, man. And then while y'all in Canada, the Canadian Credit Union, it's called Vancouver City Savings. They're about to launch the Visa Carbon Credit Card. The Visa Carbon Credit Card. That's a credit card that keeps track of what you buy to show you your carbon footprint. That's the social credit score shit that's coming in. That's the very first implementation of it. Where did they implement this shit? Canada. Why? Because Canada is not really a free country. As you've seen, these niggas ain't really free. Canada, Australia, all these other motherfucking places, they're not really free. So they can implement these things unilaterally, which is one-sidedly, and get it and start experimenting. So the Visa Carbon Credit Card, y'all, is coming for you niggas in Canada, and watch they release that shit in America shortly after. And it is fucking insane. You guys, it is this right here. Y'all think this ain't real? Do y'all think this shit ain't real? They have told you what the fuck is popping off. If you sit back right now, this is not the time. There was times where you could sit back and chill, and the government and the world, they was doing shit, and you didn't have to do anything because it wasn't really fully implemented. No, this shit is implemented on multiple levels. They've had a plan going for 20 some odd years, and they are gung ho. They kamikaze with it. They don't give a shit. They like, we gonna do it. Whatever the fuck happens, we doing it. And when you commit to taking out billions of people with some experimental cupcake, you in it now. Ain't no turning back. That includes all the people who went along with it in these damn government positions and all that shit. You think these people didn't know? Fuck yeah, they knew. Why you think Bill Gates, Kill Bill's wife, left him? Because she knew, and that was her line. I know we've done all this other fuckery in the world, but this is it. I can't be involved in this now. You're gonna kill the world now? Oh no, I'm out. No, but you wasn't tripping when we was killing Africa, bitch. When we were just shooting and killing up Africa with all the fucking, you wasn't tripping. But now we want to kill the world. Oh, now you want to get a soul and a conscience. All right, bitch, get the fuck out of here, bitch. Now you want a conscience, bitch. When we was killing niggas all over Africa, you was good with that. So they told you what was happening. These niggas told you what was happening. And again, in order to fight that back, you guys have to unify. This is why they can take down somebody like Kanye, because they know he doesn't have an organization behind him to back him with any type of power, who knows anything about laws and how to implement these laws and systems. You know, he has none of that. He got lawyers. He ain't got no foundation. He got no goddamn body with him. He does not have a backing like that, which is why they can take him down, which is why you have to create something to counter that, which is a body of people who know what's going on in the system and who aren't corrupt by the system. That's another thing. Niggas who know the system get corrupt by the system. That's why isn't everybody ever working for your ass. They go learn the system, and then these niggas get showered with money and gifts and shit, and they like, hey, nigga, I'm about to just see what's over here, and you go to the other goddamn side, and like, what the nigga, you learn all that shit, now I need to know it, my nigga, where Well, that's what we doing, y'all. We teaching you niggas the law for free. We're creating a mass organization right now. It is growing. We got crazy people in these law classes. It is going down. It is crazy people in these law classes, and it's growing and growing and growing. And to have a foundation like that of people who are all on it, who know the system, who know the law, who know government, man, do you understand how invaluable that is? Again, the KHAZARS have that. They got multiple groups and organizations like that. Where your shit at? Well, one right here. We got that one right here. So get y'all asses in the game. Get you know what I'm talking about. Get your stuff, man. Get your cards. Y'all know how that go. This is the, hold on, So this is what you keep in your car. When those popos come after you, you let them know, I don't answer questions. You hand them this. I don't answer questions. I don't even hear you, officer. After you hand them this stuff, I don't even hear you, my nigga. You read that and you get back to me when you finish reading that. But that's constitutional rights card. Lets the police officers know what your rights are and what will happen when they violate those constitutional rights. That's coming after their insurance. This is the qualified immunity card. Right here, qualified immunity lets them know they lose that qualified immunity when you alert them they're in danger of violating your constitutional rights, and you get it on camera. So then they can't say, oh, I didn't know, Your Honor. I didn't know. I didn't even know, Your Honor. Your Honor, like, well, you didn't know. Well, shit. If you didn't know, you didn't know. Well, they can't say that now. Hand them this card, get them on camera, alert them, boom, and then you hand them this notice with that card that gives them all the law cases that backs that law up, and then they can't say anything. When they violate your constitutional rights, they lose that qualified immunity, right? So these are the three things you have in your car. You keep these in your glove compartment or in your side, in your centerpiece. Boom, you pull that out when they try to get at you, and then boom, from right here. This is the whole main thing that everybody should be knowing. We are building this, y'all. Do not get left behind. Again, we are in a time where you need to be involved. I just told you about the niggas about to try to drop some chemtrails, some chemicals on the hood in 2007. And no nigga, I promise you, no niggas in the hood knew. But who stopped them from doing that? Probably was the Caucasians. Because I don't know no niggas who knew about that. So again, we got to get in the game, y'all. This ain't the time. Let's wake the fuck up and get in the game. You always talking about being awake, but what you gonna do when you're awake? You gonna sit down and start watching TV? Wake your ass up, get in the game. Know Your Rights manual right here. It teaches you everything you need to know about traffic stops and Terry stops, which are police stops on foot. That's a Terry stop right there. And so, did you know when police officers, you'll know when police officers are violating your rights when they come up to you and they ask you, give me your ID, without telling you anything. You got your ID on you? I might. But you need to tell me what crime you suspect me of committing or about to commit or have committed in the past for me to do that. If you don't got none of that, I'm over here. I'm over here, officer. So that boom right here, get on your game, learn these rights. Get this book for your children. Let's start teaching them. Let's bring up a whole generation of children who know their rights, y'all. What would that look like, man? Seriously, what would that look like? If we had a whole generation of children who came up knowing their rights, knowing how to talk to police. Man, we saw I keep going back to that 17-year-old kid who was busting the police officer's ass in the video we showed last week in police stop law class. Holy shit, man. If we had a nation of them, the game is over. Them police officers could not do anything. It was a police lieutenant out there who couldn't mess with this little 17-year-old kid. A police lieutenant was out there and he couldn't say nothing to this kid. Now, again, let's get all of them in the game like that. Boom. And then teach them when they keep coming after you, you go after that public official bond, which is that police insurance, or if they have either one. The police will have either one. But boom, right here, this is how you go after that if they violate your constitutional rights, because that bond or insurance is tied to their oath to the Constitution. That's why it's called oaths and bonds in the law. When you look it up, it'll be under oaths and bonds, because their bond is tied to their oath to protect the Constitution. So when they violate your constitutional rights, they violate the bond, the terms of the bond. Every time they violate your constitutional rights, they violate the terms of the bond each instance. So that means $50,000 for each time they violate your constitutional rights, or $75,000 or whatever the hell it is. You get paid right there, bam. And then you already know we got the cards for you. We got the flashcards. I don't have the other one, but we got 3 decks. This is 1, police stop 1 and 2, and the government law, excuse me. Law and government cards, because you need to start knowing how the government works and if you're going to change it or start or flip it. You got to start your own, but once this thing crumbles, you'll be able to know where to pick up the pieces and then fill it in and start and do your own thing. But if you don't know law and government, you can't do any of that. So that's that right there. And then bam, you already know we got for the mandates. This is the religious exemption. If you're against aborted fetal Charmin in the cupcakes, right here it states that your religious beliefs won't let you take the cupcake because you are against aborted fetal Charmin in the cupcakes, and they found that it has that in there. So boom, this right here releases you from liability, and that comes with this letter right here, that big old letter right there, and then this is the one that makes them liable if they make you go get it. That makes them liable for every second it stays in your body. Also, it lists the adverse effects stated by the cat, so that they can't argue and say, well, there's no report that it hurts anybody. Well, yes, there is. These are all the things. These are all the, not even all of them. This is just some of them that the cat says that the effects that it has on people. So boom. You put that with them, and then what are they going to say when you actually hand them the KHAZARS bakery report of the cupcakes that they want you to go get? Well, this is the menu. This is the ingredient menu of the cupcakes you want me to go buy. Right here. Boom. It lets them know everything that's in here. Look at all these adverse effects in the back. There's nothing that they can say when you start popping them with all of these adverse effects. All right. So all of that comes with the package when you buy the Great Book of Law, the Great Book of Melanin Research. It's the research they've been doing on that melanin, your vibranium. Wakanda Forever is coming out. We're gonna see if that vibranium, but this is your vibranium. This is where vibranium comes from. It's all in here. It lets you know how you need to take care of it. the history of it, why it's $511 a gram on the stock market, $14,000 an ounce. That's you. So get the Great Book of Melanin Research, the hard copy. You get the whole police stop law package, and I'm throwing in these two cards. Oh, where'd it go? So you get both of these only for the rest of October. You only got 3 days left. And we only got a few of these left. So y'all better get in here and get these. There's only a couple of these, only a few of these left. So today, tomorrow, Monday is the last day, and then that's a wrap. I'm not putting these in the package. You have to go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org to get these, or if you just want to get them on your own and support Know Your Rights Foundation, knowyourrightsfoundation.org, or to volunteer. We are teaching you the law for free. We are building this foundation up. Do not get left behind. Do not get left behind. I mean, it is, and the law, learning the law is not nowhere near as hard as you think. It's a language. Learning the law is a language. I just want to explain this. Learning the law is a language. So that's like if you were going to Mexico, you're going to Italy. What's the best way to learn a language? You have to submerge yourself, or immerse yourself in that language. I mean, you have to be around people who speak that language, and you're going to pick it up a lot faster. What if you're learning a language, you're learning Italian, and you're the only one speaking it? And then you go outside, everybody else speaking English, it's going to take you so long to learn that language. But if you get around the people who speak that same language, you're going to speed that up like that. That's what the Know Your Rights Foundation volunteers. That's what that law class is about. It's a nation. We're a law nation, essentially. So everybody in here speaks the same language. It's going to be talking about what you're learning. You're going to pick it up that much faster, be able to learn the law so much faster than I learned it, because I was by myself. I was one of them niggas who was learning Italian and then around everybody else who was speaking English. And I go out there, hey, nobody was like, hey, nigga, what you talking about, nigga? We about to go over here on 31st Street. Nobody knew what I was talking about when I'm speaking the law. So, but now we've created a law nation, meaning a community of people who speak this. So if you want to get on board, come on, man. Don't get left behind. Especially before we start really mashing the hell out. Right now, we're building the foundation of education. We're educating everybody. The first principles in this foundation is education. Education. Then we're going to mash the hell out once all of you truly know the law and what to do in this system. So don't get left behind. Get on over here. Let us teach you the law. Thank everybody who hit the super chat. Man, I appreciate y'all, man, dropping that, man. I love y'all for doing that. All the moderators, that's Mel, Jason, Tish, Gwendolyn Bonner, and Brian, who wants me to tell y'all, he wants y'all to say his pronouns, whatever they are. Tell him your pronouns, Brian, in the moderator. He said, hey, I want to know, I want my pronouns. What is your pronouns, Brian? And God can't be one of them. All right, y'all, I'm about to be out of here. I'm about to get me some food. You already know what it is. Been talking for a minute. That means I'm hungry. I'm gonna holler at y'all next week. Peace.